I could have a session with Jesus. I was allowed to ask every question I could think to ask God. The first question I would ask God is, Lord, will you please open my mind so I can remember all the questions I want and have ever wanted to ask you, especially the ones that I really want answered today? If I could ask God any questions, I ask him, why God didn't you create the creation in such a way so that in the end you could save everybody, even the damned, even the devil and his angels, even those who were not born but would have been born, but could have been born but were never born. God, if I could ask any question, I'd ask you, what causes homosexuality? And why, when a person gets saved, more often than not, do you not turn them into a straight person? Do you make them have to struggle? Because a life without sexual climax is a life in hell. God, if I could ask any question, I'd ask, what causes spontaneous human combustion if it happens? What happened to the lost colony? God, if I could ask any question, I'd ask, can a true born-again Christian lose his salvation? And if he can lose it, can he get it back? And how many times can he do this before he finally turns it back and saying, you're not coming back? God, if I could ask you any question, I'd ask you, Jesus, are you really real? Are you historically real? Were you really born of the Virgin? Did you really never do a wrong thing a day in your life? Never sin? Are you historically real? If I could ask another question, I'd ask, why, God, are the stories of Adam and Eve and Noah's flood and Moses not historically true? And how in the world can I not doubt the historicity of you, Jesus Christ, and the stories of Moses? God, why does it seem that you lied to me all my Christian life for all those days when I believed in Adam and Eve, Moses? If I could ask any question, God, why is there an unpardonable sin? That makes me doubt. That makes me believe that your love and grace is not infinite. If I could ask any question to God, why does it seem there's Christianity and then there's Paulianity? Why is there so much division amongst the doctrine? Why didn't you state your doctrine plain as day? Look, if I don't forgive my neighbor, how can I forfeit my salvation if I have been placed in Christ and have been declared dead? God, if I could ask any question, were you the one who really answered my prayers when I had answered prayers? Were you the one working in my life? Was it really you? Did you send my Dee up to pray for me when I prayed to you silently, asking that she or Grandpa would come up and pray for me if you had answered my prayer for salvation back on November 4th, 1990? Again, God, if I could ask you any question, can you please clear my mind so I can think of every question I want to ask you? God, if I could ask you any question, do you love us as much as you love Jesus? As much as you love yourself? Or do you love yourself more than you love us? Again, God, my most poignant question, why didn't you create the creation in such a way so that you could, within the boundaries of your holiness, save in the end the damned who are eternally damned, and the devil and his angels, and even bring into existence those who were never born but could have been born, but were never born because they were not the right sperm that met the egg, because some other sperm beat them out to the egg and they never got to exist. And lastly, God, if I can ask you any question, will you please also make me into a good looking guy? Had my head full of hair. Because God, if I cannot have this, will you please just kill me and take me to heaven?